Okay, on the Google Classroom, I've put a link. It says sketch with me, and it should take you to my live stream if I've set this up right. This is my first time doing it.
Y'all, someone send a donut.
No. I'm old school. All right, and we're working on the locating guide today. The locating guide. All right. Thanks for letting me know. All right. On the locating guide, well, that's a bit of a... See, I got more of a delay now than I had before. That's so frustrating. Like, when I tested this out, it was like a 3-second delay. Now check this out. Hey, listen. Let's see how long the delay is on this one. When I tap my paper, I'm going to start counting. All right. Tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did it do it?
It did it like a while ago. It's like a second now.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, tap it one more time.
Tap. 1, 2. Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Wait, never mind.
I got like a 5 second.
I had like a 5 second.
That's still not bad.
Miles, did you say? Yeah, Miles.
All right, can we quiet down a little bit? Thanks. So we're doing the locating guide, this one here, and we're going to draw the front and the top. And are we doing the front, the right side, or the left side? Hey, let's go ahead and mute if you're streaming with me. Or I guess I can mute.
Oh, can I use the notebook that I was using yesterday?
Yeah. All right. So on this locating guide, we are using the front, the top, and the right side. Can we mute that, please, guys? Thanks. All right. So, and that because that's what's viewable, and that's what we're going to see. All right. So we're going to start by drawing the front, and that's looking at it from that angle right there. It looks like looking at it from the front, we would see the front of the floor. I'm going to call that, and that has a thickness of 12. And it looks like there's a width of 65. But that width right there is from the left edge to where? What is that 65 width talking about? It's the width of the front, but it goes from the left-hand edge over to the what? Not to the full right side. The center of the circle and arc, which are concentric. Concentric means they share the same center point, right? Yeah. Okay. So it's 65 to there, but then the part goes over to the right even more. How far over to the right even more does it go? Look here. The radius from the center to the arc is a radius of 25. So it goes, the whole part is 65 plus 25 wide. What's 65 plus 25?
90.
95, 85, 90. Yeah. So we're going to draw our front, excuse me, our front view as being 90 wide or 9 full blocks. So I'm going to go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to use my handy dandy ruler because I am that student. I'm that guy. I'm that guy that uses the ruler. And I'm going to make a mark at 65. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. 6 and a half right there. I made my little mark right there because that's where the center of the circle goes through. I'm going to go up 1.2 blocks because that's 12 millimeters. Right there and right there. And I'm going to connect that. And that's basically my floor or my stage, whatever I want to call it. Okay? That's what I just marked there was the front of the floor. Now, I don't see any of the rest of that. I don't see any of the top of the stage when I'm looking at it from the front. But I do see that wall in the back left corner. And I see that it goes up 2.5 blocks, and it goes to the right from the left edge 3 blocks. So we're going to go 1, 2.5. And it goes to the right 1, 2, 3 blocks. And I connect it up. Yep. Now, who wants to raise their hand and tell me, for a piece of candy, who wants to raise their hand and tell me what feature is missing from my front view right now? Okay, Joey.
Which feature?
Yep.
I think I got it.
3.
Oh, I know.
Mamadou.
The dimensions.
Okay, dimensions are missing, but dimensions are not a feature.
The what?
Go ahead, William.
I was going to say circle.
Okay, is there another name for a circle? Because we don't see it as a circle from this angle.
Oh.
Oh, Miles! Miles with the piece of candy. It's a hole.
Got it?
It's a hole. And now if we look at it from the top, it would be a circle. But from the front view, it's not a circle. Right? So we need to mark the hole. So from the center point of the hole, now remember, I already marked where the center point is. So I can go ahead and make my center line. I don't know who's talking right now. I'm not sure why you are. But in a minute, I'm going to invite you up to teach. So I just marked the center line. Now I'm going to come out either side from the center line to show that there's actually a hole cut down through. So there's actually vertical lines that we can't see from the front of this object, but they're hidden in the middle of the part. And how far out are they from that? Well, it's a diameter of 25, 2.5. But that's across the entire hole. So we need to go half of that out to each side. So 1 1/4 out to each side, right? So there's 1 and there's 1/4. And there's 1 and there's 1/4. So like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I put the hidden lines where the hole is drilled through. All right. Now at this point, Mamadou, you're right. I would want to add some dimensions on here, and I would want to add the dimensions. Matter of fact, it might be better to add the dimensions while you're drawing because so you don't forget them. But that's okay. So now look, I just drew my extension line coming off the corner, but it doesn't touch. And it's going to be, how long is that? going to be? Ooh, I went too far. 65. Now I'm trying to draw my dimensions a little bit lighter so you don't get confused. Is there anything that I'm missing here? Okay. This is going okay, isn't it? All right. What do you guys want to do next? The top or the right side? I personally, I prefer to go to the top after the front because a common error is for people to go to the side and then to go to the top of the side, and the top of the side is not the top of the front. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let's go to the top next. So what I'm going to do is, now it's not good. We don't want to end up having lines like this, but I'm going to draw some really, really light lines that I'm planning on deleting, just where the features go up, including the center of the hole, including the edges of the part. And those are just guidelines to where when I line up my drawing, just shows me where I should go and stop instead of counting blocks. And from the top of this, I'm going to see this shaded surface here. And then, of course, I'm going to see the shaded flat surface down here with the circle in it. So I'll go ahead and draw that. And it's going to have an overall depth of 38 plus 12, which is 50. So I'll just go ahead and start right here. And I'll count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, I'll be right there. Oops. Oh, I overdrew. Now look what I'm doing. It's not going to be a rectangle from the top. It's only going to be like a rectangle until the center of that where that arc starts. So where the arc starts, I'm going to stop my straight lines, and I'm going to find the middle, and I'm going to put some points along the arc there. Now what you can do is just eyeball it. Okay, if you're fancy and you want to be fancy, you can get yourself a little circle template like I have right here, or just find a coin or something that's got a nice round edge that meets all those points. But I'm going to say the center point of my circle is going to be right here, and I'm going to use that center point like so. And that's too big for, see, that tool is not even going to work. Look at that. It's perfectly, oh wait, yes it will. Look at that, it's going to work. If I put the center right there in the paper, I can find the point that's on the line right there. Look at that, using my tools. This is a safety compass. A safety compass is the same it's the safer version of one of these. You guys have seen these before? Yeah. Little circle making compass. Very, very sharp point. Do I need to explain why a sharp point is not safe for some people? There you go. And, oh, I shouldn't have put that away because I need it for the inner circle too, don't I? Yeah. All right, which has a rate, it has a diameter of 25, so that means 1 1/4 out from here. That means it lines up right here. All right, somebody needs some help, right? Yep.
Nope. I just most of the diameter is the same as there's the radius of the outer circle.
Not a circle, an arc, but yeah, arc. All right. Keep going, okay? Anybody else need help? If I'm going too slow for you, feel free to move on without me. At this point, hey, what type of line do we want to label this circle with? Actually, let me back up. What's the first thing I should put in the middle of the circle to show where the center is?
That dot.
Cross.
A little plus, a little crosshair, and that's called a center mark. Center mark. It's called a center mark, and it looks like this. Now, coming out from the center mark, we want to make. Now, do you see the center mark is two small lines crossed? Well, that small line acts as part of the center line. Remember how the center line is short, long, short, long? Or rather, I said that the wrong way. Long, short, long. Okay, so there's your long, and there's your long, and there's your long line that way, and there's your long line that way. So it does have long, short, long, with the short being the center mark. And the reason that we put those, that's another thing that we can dimension to instead of using extension lines there. So we can just dimension like they've got us dimension on the thing. Oh, I forgot my. Now, hey class, how do I dimension a circle? Wrong. Circles have a diameter, so we use a diameter for a circle. And how do I dimension an arc, which is part of a circle? That's when we use the radius. So we want to use a leader line for both. And leader lines, remember, cannot be vertical nor horizontal. So we're going to do this. I'm going to take one up an angle like this. Oops. Oops. And don't forget the little horizontal tail. And we should mark this with diameter of 25. And the radius is the same way. That looks pretty good. Oh, am I missing something? I'm missing one dimension here. One dimension, Harry Styles. It's one direction, isn't it? Sorry.
You listen to that?
No. What dimension am I missing? Yeah, it's the width of the wall. The width of the back wall. And I've got that on the first sketch. I'll go ahead and draw it on here too. I actually, if I can teach you guys another rule, I actually just did something that is against the rules. Alright? Remember how there's a bunch of dimensioning rules that we're not going to cover? Yeah. I'm going to kind of just drop them on you one at a time, sprinkle them throughout. what I just did was something called redundancy. Okay? I don't want to be redundant. Check it out. The width of this back wall right here is 30. It says it in both of my sketches. Do you see that?
Yeah.
I don't need that in both my front and top view. I only need it in one view.
Alright, so you were good.
So you really only need to add dimensions that we don't already know from another sketch.
Okay.
Same right here. I prefer to not look at my diameter like this. I prefer to look at my diameter like the top view. So I'm going to erase this diameter here because I have it somewhere else. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm going to erase this 30 up here because I have it somewhere else. Yeah. Now be careful. Be careful when you erase things, because it's better to have more than enough dimensions than not enough, right?
Yeah.
So be sure that there is some redundancy before you start deleting dimensions. All right? Time to do the side, right? All right. I'm going to go ahead and very lightly sketch my lines across, my guidelines. To know where I'm going. And I'm going to go ahead and look at it from the right side now. Oh, man, you guys,
What?
you let me start in the wrong corner.
I said it.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Ah, snap. Now,
Crackle pop.
what stinks is I can't just clip this out. I can't just snip this out and move it over. So you know what we gotta do?
Yeah, what over again?
We gotta erase it all and start over. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Hey, let's just do this. Let's just sketch it on the left side and just label it right side.
Or you just do one side.
Yeah, I guess we could just do the left side.
Yeah, that's enough detail, right?
The thing is, we are not seeing the left side on the isometric. It's not going to be any different. We're not going to lose any detail by sketching the left. We just have to use our imagination a bit to visualize what that left side would look like, right? I'm okay with that if you guys are.
Just gonna look the same.
It's going to look just a mirror image, yeah. So let's do that. That's fine. I think it would be good to go ahead and label that left side, just because it's not being shown. So we'll do it. It should be 38. It should be 50 wide, right?
You know what? That is. Can we do the bottom?
You can do whatever you want, buddy. I just had an idea. So if we're looking at the left side, of this, hey guys and gals, if we're looking at the left side of this, which we can't see from the isometric, on which side of my left side sketch will I have the wall be on? The left is correct.
Yeah, right.
No. Oh. Back up. We're backing up and running. This left side was kind of difficult for me since I can't see it.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Cause I'm looking back at like my right side drawing for the other one, and I flipped it to the left instead of the right. I was just wondering if that was correct.
What's that, buddy?
So I was just saying, like, is that supposed to be on the left side of the wall?
If I'm looking at it from the left side, which I shouldn't have done, but
So wait, if you're looking at it from the left side,
if I'm over here, looking at it this way,
wait, it's lagging.
yeah, it's coming.
And
It's coming. It's coming. If I'm over here, oh, am I off the screen?
yeah, so
If I'm over here, I'm looking at it from this side. Is it still laggy? I should be on camera now.
that's what I was thinking.
Here it comes. Whoa, I'm way lagging.
It's really depending on the written computer, I guess. Because I did see.
Okay. It's weird that it's so laggy on mine, it's not on here.
But the lure, over here. That makes that probably. So if I'm looking at it from that side.
So this one, the front, left. No, this is correct. Maybe this is front. This is left side. No. I see. Yeah, you can see it. Your front should have been here. It is a view. This is the front. This is the left side. You said the top of the front. Top of the front looks like vertical. Vertical right there. Basically this. You can snip this out. This is 90 degrees. Because look, this is the front. Which makes this the top. That's the front. You go up, that's the top. If you said this is the front, then this one should be the top. You did say this. But this is not supposed to be. This is the more detailed. This is the most Okay, I had an idea. What time do we get out of here?
If you got out here in like
3 minutes.
So
3 minutes.
that's not true.
2 minutes. We're in a meeting right now.
It's not an early release. We got 7 minutes, 6 minutes. Hey, I've changed. I'm making a change as to what we're doing tomorrow. We're still going to do the quiz, but I don't think that I want to make you guys do another sketch of these items. Are you happy about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Instead, I want to challenge you, and I want you to pick any one of them that you are comfortable with, and I want you to 3D model it on Fusion.
What? Oh, no.
that look you won't even do that.
Actually, yeah, that's not.
Remember,
Yeah, let's do that.
remember, you can sketch and extrude. You can make circles. The only thing that we haven't done is made an arc yet.
Yeah.
Arcs are up there in the create section near lines and circles. You want me to show you real quick what it looks like? I'm going to show you real quick.
No.
Yep.